good evening. Good Thursday evening, everyone. Yep. Okay. This week's slightly different. Last week we took a break. Yeah, I personally took a break together with Kong. It was really hectic last week. And this week, since I thought the topic would be money, we do it on one of the famous Taoist god of wealth, okay, celebration day, which is today, okay, the 26th day of the Lunar New Year. Alright, so before I continue on, I just want to know if there's anyone tuning in right now. I know it's not the normal Wednesday evening. Alright, tonight's topic is all about money. If you have any questions, you can ask ahead. It's very, I would say, relaxed, okay? Right, just easygoing, or cater to questions, or just to highlight to some of you, probably you have not heard me sharing about like the importance of money for now, okay, rather than ever. I mean, in a way, I know that a lot of people say before this is, I know money is not everything, you know, money is not the most important thing, which I agree is, yes, it's true, but now more than ever, money is very important. At least a sufficient amount of it to actually keep us into some, take care of some basic needs of our life itself. Hi Jen Ho, okay, nice seeing you here. Right, nice seeing you in the class also last week. Hi Amy, okay. Hi Mr. Lim, right, loud and clear. Okay, very good. Okay, hi Shui. Sorry, the thing is like keep on jumping. Nathan, okay, Rika Jane. Alright, Amelia, okay, hello. Super clear, Amy, thank you. Okay, I wonder whether you're still traveling, okay. Happy belated birthday again. Who else is there? Serena, okay, Serena Liao is there. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Alright, so just before I start off, it would be good if you can actually help me to share the session out, okay, on your Facebook page so that more people will be able to actually, in a way, also benefit from it. Alright, so in case if you have any questions, want to share, okay, your experience with wealth, your experience with money, okay, how was it throughout, I mean, is it easy or is it easy come easy go, you know, about wealth things and all that. We have heard a lot of people doing consultations and all that. We've been asking, is like, okay, why is it so difficult, okay, to actually in a way earn more? Why is it difficult to actually in a way sustain income, or even in a way to like in a way keep it coming, okay, or maintaining it, okay, like saving or investing it. So tonight's topic we're dedicating to that, okay. So if you have any questions, you can also ask me. Hi Leanne, alright, you all says hi to you as well, alright. Thank you for tuning in. Marie, hi. Alright, assume you are in France, Marie. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Okay, thank you Jessie Lee for the wishes. Alright, Melissa Lim, hi, tuning from Singapore. Okay, Chumpon, okay, thank you for tuning in as well. Okay, so please, first of all, please help me to share this out so that more people can benefit from it. If you have any questions regarding wealth, anything you want to share, okay, of your experience of wealth, okay, do actually share here with me, while I'm going to, in a way, go into today's topic mainly as a reminder, okay. I know there are many of you here, like, just followed me probably recently during the Chinese New Year or during the 12 Zodiac sharing, okay, end of last year. So this is a topic that I've shared before. In fact, okay, right, these few years leading up, okay, to 2024, which is officially next year, where period 9 is coming in, it's very crucial for us to manage or to understand our own relationship with money itself, okay, or generally our own relationship with wealth, okay. Maria, you're in Paris, very good. Alright, so Tony Lau there, okay, hi, good evening. Saman Zadi, hello, okay. It's very nice to see all the familiar names. Alright, I have actually took a break, okay, for last week, and somehow, you know, like I was telling, like yesterday also I was at a dinner, okay, with some friends, and they were saying that, wow, you do Facebook Live every week. I'm sure it's very taxing with all the information and details that you want to share. I mean, to be very honest, initially when I started years and years ago, okay, I think I started, I remember I'm one of the pioneer in Facebook Live, okay. I remember when Facebook announced that they are still in a way of testing, launching. First launch of Facebook Live, I was like going to the attempt that, okay, let's do it, alright. So I realized that at the time, okay, going on? I said, okay, what are they doing?
solving the audio problem, which is now solved.
Very soft sound. Okay, no sound. Oh, okay. So is it okay now?
It should be okay now.
Yeah, no wonder just now. I think you have to tone down a bit. Sorry, because just now when I tried to actually be at the top of my voice, I can still see the, I would say the indication there doesn't go up to red, because normally it goes up to extreme red, right? Very loud voice, right? I was wondering, oh, just now was so good because it only reached the yellow part, doesn't reach the red part. Apparently, I think some people never plug in the mic. It happens, okay? All right, so no more monthly allowance for Facebook Live, okay? Thank you so much, okay, all of you, for highlighting that. Okay, where was I? Yeah, okay, so, yeah, initially when I first started, okay, I feel that it is very Kak ngang means, okay, when I first started many years ago when Facebook Live just was introduced, right? I feel it's very taxing, it's very draining for me to constantly have to come up with contents and all these things, right? And I remember there was one Facebook Live, it takes like hours, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, okay? But the thing here is, I think now it's okay, right? Got lagging 2 voices. All right, it's now okay, everyone, just give me a feedback, all right, because now I think they rectified with the, finally she remembered to plug in the mic lah. Right, because earlier on she set up for me without plugging in the mic. I think the laptop or the computer was in a way receiving my voice. But let me know if everything is okay now. If okay, then I can continue. Well, very good, it's good now. All right, thank you. All right, so then the thing is, okay, I realized that over the years, okay, this past few years itself, I think that things comes easily to me. I mean, touch wood, okay, I'm blessed, I'm thankful. And almost every week, I have this feeling of missing every one of you here. Okay, whenever we travel, I mean, in a way, we will be traveling very, very soon. We are getting ready because we are done with all the Chinese New Year thing, okay, and by next week itself, we will start our traveling gig again. So you will see me, Kong Yu, okay, we'll be like, again, all over the place. And whenever we're traveling and all that, I really miss every one of you here. I mean, yeah, let me express myself. Like, I know you're waiting, Jessie, get into the topic. But I need to express myself as in like, nowadays, I find that coming up with the sharing, it's not difficult. Everything comes like in a way easily. I have like almost like instinctive intuitions, okay, of telling me, oh, let's share about this. Or wherever I go and wherever we travel, I will have this instinct to tell me that, oh, let's share this with the people on my Facebook page, okay, so that we can all learn together. Yeah, so because of that, I am appreciative. All right, bring out the slides. Enough. All right. So again, those of you who have just joined, okay, me, all right, do remember to help me to share this Facebook Live out so that it can reach out to more people. If it's just joined in, remember, you can ask questions. Tell me about your relationship with wealth or with money itself, all right? How has it been for you, okay, especially for the past few years itself? Has it been really good, smooth, okay, where whatever you put forward, okay, your target, your goal, okay, all can be easily achieved, okay? That's a blessing. Very good. I have gratitude towards that. But let's say, for instance, if some of you might have some, I would say, opposition sort of like energy. You feel that, okay, like money somehow it's so difficult for you to enhance, okay, your relationship with money. You feel that it is so difficult to attract it, or you find that, okay, like somehow it is difficult to actually in a way make ends meet at the end of the month, you know, like okay, nowadays it's like by the end of the month you'll be like, oh my god, okay, I'm running out of money, okay, it's not enough and stuff like that. Do also share your experience with me, okay? So tonight I'm going to actually share with you, in case those of you who are not in a way like in a way exposed to this particular period 9 upcoming, how is it going to impact us in terms of our income, in terms of like wealth distribution. Tonight I'm going to share with you that, okay? So I'm sure many of you already know, okay, probably you have to take me out from the camera because I'm blocking this for a moment. I'm sure that many of you already know that, okay, we are currently in this, like, you know, the highlighted box of period 8, okay? So the period 8 here, you can see that from 2004 up to 2023, right, okay, that is where we are currently in. All right, so next year in 2024, okay, you will see that we officially step into the last period of this 180 years of like direct cycle of the Xuan Gong, okay, in terms of feng shui. So, right, okay, when we are transiting into next year, okay, officially, the few years that follows, as in like before this, okay, you will see that there will be an intense shift of energy. And this intense shift of energy, of course, by next year onwards, it will accelerate, okay? It will still going in a way at a high, rapid speed, okay? The energy, because now, last year only the portal has opened. So the energy-wise that is going round, okay, around the world itself is going on a rapid speed, and it will slowly, in a way, settle down after 2027. And those of you who follow, okay, all my sharings and all that into period 9 and all that, I'm sure you have heard about this before, okay? But just in case those of you who have not, you have just followed me, okay, new fire, very good, Emmanuel. We are going to period 9, which is a fire element, right? So how is this going to impact us? How is this going to affect us? And why is it so important that now we have to talk about this topic about money? You know, like, okay, it's like money is something like, you know, it's important in English, okay, songs, you have this. In Chinese songs, you also have this, right? Qin, right? All these songs. So it's like, why is it so important now comparatively to even before this, okay? So you will see that when this rapid changes of energy happens, right, okay, we enter officially into what we call a period 9 era, okay, a period 9 timing in terms of like feng shui energy perspective. All right, so now good evening, water element. All right, so Serafina, probably you're talking about yourself as a water element, okay? But now that if you find here, we are entering into a big dynamic energy shift, okay? Starting officially next year itself into period 9, which is a fire element. All right, so this fire element itself, if you look at the gua, okay, this is the trigrams, okay, of this fire element, and you can see here, okay, it consists of 2 fire trigram. As you can see over here, 1, 2, 3 here is 1 trigram of fire. 4, 5, 6 is exactly the same fire trigram. So when 2 fire trigram put together, you make 1 li gua or hexagram, right? So now, if you pay attention to this line 1, 2, and 3, right, okay, you can see here, you see 1 solid line and another solid line, okay, above and below 1 broken, or we call a yin line, all right? So now, what does this represent, okay? Overall, I've actually shared with a lot of people as we enter into period 9 itself, where fire energy is getting more intense, okay? The hollowing of the middle section, okay, will get more intense. The hollowing of the middle section. Now, what is it? If you talk about human, you talk about energy body in a human, okay? So it's like overall, if you heard about the 7 chakras, okay, we have the higher chakras, we have the lower chakras, we also have the middle chakra, which is the bridge between the high and the low, that is the heart chakra. So if you think about period 9 here, okay, you will see that we are entering into a period where, okay, the segregations of energy, okay, right, are going 2 different directions, where the center energy becomes empty, void, okay, weaker, okay. So therefore, you see a void line, okay, which in the middle here. So that means that, okay, generally in terms of like people, humans, how are people affected? You will see that more and more people, okay, are highly affected in terms of their fulfillment of the hearts, okay, in terms of their passion. They are slowly going into a cycle where you will see that more and more people find that like the heart becomes hollow. It's like I'm working so hard, okay, I'm putting in all my effort into my career or my business, okay, but somehow it doesn't fulfill me, okay. You will see that more and more of these chances of potential of people in a way suffering from an emptiness from the heart itself becomes higher. Now, how does this interpret generally? It means that, okay, in terms of well-being, in terms of health, you will see that more and more people will somehow becomes more depressed. Depressions, okay, will happen more often, right? People are suicidal, okay? People are in a way generally avoiding others, okay? Avoiding reality. People will go into more like substance intakes, okay? To help them, okay? To get into a world or run away from the reality world. That's why you see it's like the usage of like drugs, alcohol, is like gambling, addictions or addictive things, okay, will go on the rise. And if you talk about like example is like online TV. Nowadays you have like what View TV lah, Vimeo lah. I recently heard about it. And then you have Netflix. Of course, these are the famous ones, right? Okay, everything goes online, like Disney channels. Everything goes online, and this online things which is addictive, which is supposed to entertain us. They're supposed to, in a way, fulfill us.
temporarily with certain emotions that we felt lost, okay, right, in our reality life itself, okay, will becomes more and more intense because people will see that, okay, the potential for business in that particular aspect will get higher and higher. In other words, people will pay, people will, in a way, like, be addictive to all these sorts of like temporary, fulfillment in terms of like our hollowness of the heart, okay? So therefore, I want to share this is so that, okay, people understand what's going on, so that you know that what's impacting us around in terms of the feng shui energy which is changing, how is it subconsciously going to impact us? Because awareness is a key, or else we'll be somehow like, we don't understand why, we do not know why youngsters, teenagers, or even working adults and all that, they will keep on going for all this substance, okay, to keep us so-called alive, okay, to ensure that we have Netflix, we have Korean dramas, okay, we have all this entertainment stuff, we have alcohols, we have exciting sort of like high risk of a gambling sort of like things, okay, to make quick bucks or quick monies, okay. We also have drugs on the go, right? So all these things will pick up in period 9. All the reason why is because the center line is actually in a way breaking apart. All right. So let's say, for instance, okay, who will gain? All right, Kim Rock. Okay, that's a good question. Who will gain? Now, people with awareness. You see, the Gua or the period itself, right? Okay, in terms of Chinese metaphysics, okay, it just tells us what is about to happen. It tells us it's like a preempt. It's like a forecast for us to know that, okay, this is what period 9 is all about. How is it going to impact the world? Because the energy is fire, is like that. If you really go science and you study fire, right, okay, fire, like, it's hollow inside. At the center of it, okay, there's a void within it, right? So that is the substance of fire. Everything grows out, everything goes big, okay, no boundaries. That's why you see in period 9 also, you will see more and more things, okay, right? There will be no boundaries. I know nowadays, if you look at all this AI thing, artificial intelligence, okay? It is so amazing. I mean, I'm not an IT person. I'm not a techie person, but I'm very, very glad that in my team, there are people who are, right? And when we were updated of how these things has, in a way, really taken place, even we are not officially into period 9 yet, because these are supposed to be a period 9 thing, and I've talked about it since years ago, all right? But nowadays, you have this like AI like creator, you have this AI writer, okay? There's one, this name, I forgotten what's the name of that app. What? ChatGPT or something like that. I mean, yeah, they talk about all these things, and you know that how amazing these things are, all right? So literally, it just crossed boundaries. Overall, I know people who talks about plagiarism, people talks about copyrights. But at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong. There's no rules or fixed rules to things, okay? It's just the elements. Whatever elements takes preceding into the world, that things rules. Now, in period 8 itself, it's all about earth, okay? Earth is about, like, in a way, like, it's very physical, it's very informed, okay? Right? Because earth takes form. Earth, if you see a pile of earth, it's a pile of earth. If you see a mountain, it's a mountain. It takes form. It doesn't really, like, move out of its position easily or whenever it wants to. That is earth. So you see that previously, people talks about contract, people talks about copyright, people talks about, like, marriage with, like, a lifelong sort of, like, commitment, okay? All this is very previous period. We are now going into an entire new energy that talks about fire. Now think about fire. Fire, when it burns, you look at bushfire, you look at something that caught fire. Will it have boundaries or not? No, fire will not have boundaries. It means that now we are moving into an era where really people say the sky is the limit. Now it's even the sky is not the limit. People penetrate through the sky. They go to the airspace and all that. So you will see that in period 9 itself, right, there is no such thing as limit, right? Because fire, when it burns, okay, whatever that you have on the table, the flowers, okay, all these things, it will just burn. Whatever that gets into its way, it burns and destroys and transforms it. And that is the power of fire. So who can benefit from it? Okay, means people who understands how fire works. And fire works rapid, it's fast, it's an aggressive and intensive energy, okay? It cross boundary. Cross boundaries means what? In order for us, okay, if you want to talk about money, okay, people are figuring out, it's like, how can I make more money? How can I make more like income? How can I be more wealthier? I want a better lifestyles and all that. But if you're still keeping yourself to your boundary means that, oh, but I'm an accountant, I study accounting, and now I'm an accountant. I mean, this is my SOP, this is my position, okay, this is what I do, okay, I only do marketing, and that is what I'm good at, okay, and this is what I'm hired for, and I studied, in a way, marketing, example. But if you have that mentality, it's a boundary. It won't work in period 9 anymore, okay? Because period 9 talks about, in a way, breaking through the boundary, because that's the energy of the fire. So who will actually gain from this Gua 9 is, okay, a person who understands how fire works. Fire is something that's fast, rapid. It goes fast. That's why nowadays it says, okay, you will see that it's not about how like big your company is. It's not about how influenced you are, okay? It's not about how long you've been in the market. It's about how fast you take over the market. It's always that. That's why you will see, okay, there are so many different types of like companies probably you have not even heard before. And then suddenly it appears and it takes over big conglomerates of company, big organizations. It just take over. And recently I just read an article which is very interesting because I'm not very a techie person, but I need to read more in order for me to understand all this, okay? And I'm sure everyone knows Google, okay? Every one of us use Google, I'm sure, right? Okay? Let me know if I'm wrong, okay? A lot of people, every time you just tend to like Google, search, okay? Where good food, okay? Places to travel, everything you use Google. And Google, if you really go into it, I think if I'm not mistaken, is the first, okay, who actually in a way initiated this AI thing. Right, way many years ago, they start researching into artificial intelligence, okay, on all this particular AI stuff, okay, but it's just that it's not fast enough, okay. It's really, in a way, comparatively to many other companies, okay, which is so rapid. It just come out and boom, okay, with so much sort of like really aggressive energy. You will see that there are so many other companies which is relatively new comparatively to Google, who is like so long in the market. But all these other companies, it just takes over. You just Google about it. Google about it, how Google is the first and yet now becomes the last in the market itself. So that is all impact of period 9, all right? Because period 9 here talks about, okay, no boundaries, it's all crossing boundaries. That's why nowadays is all this AI image creator and all that. I'm sure artists are angry about it. Artists are in a way voicing out about it because it's not fair. It's just like how taxi drivers has been really, in a way, once upon a time, if you're in Malaysia, you will understand, taxi drivers are protesting, they are rioting. They somehow go to the extent that they will even beat up a Grab driver. Do you remember that incident? Probably it's only like what? How many few years ago? Right? But nowadays, you see, most of the time, most of the taxi drivers, either you conform and get yourself the app, okay, to get you the business, or you'll be out of the business. That's how things work, right? So now you will see that, of course, the artists and all that, they feel the pinch, they feel the pain, because all these AI creators, what they do is they will just, in a way, quickly scan through and take all these particular images, okay, or creative images by all these creator, which is an artist, okay, and in the moments, okay, they can create a piece of art for you. They can create a piece of like article. They can write for you. They can create like in a way documents for you. They can even write up. The other day I heard that they even write up some like what the legal things, contracts. Okay, sorry. Right? Even that in terms of like contracts, they can easily in a way come out, okay, and create. How come I'm out of the picture, yeah? Okay, back in. All right. Right, so you know that even that they can actually create the contracts for you, and all these are the impact of period 9. All right. So when you actually in a way, all right, goes into this, okay, now you understand that period 9, this is the issue. So we understand this is how the energy works, and we have to work along that energy. Because if not, you look at how the society will be divided. Just now we talked from a human perspective, okay, you will see that the heart is hollow, okay, it's empty. So the heart chakra is empty, the lower and the higher chakras, okay, it's in a solid line. People will feel small, loss, empty, depressions, etc. But now if you look at the society, okay, overall the society, we demarcate people into like at least 3 different groups of income. We have the high, okay, income group, we have the middle income group, and we have the low income group. So if you look at period 9, okay, if you, in a way, if I ask you, you look at the Li Gua over here, the 3 lines over here with the broken line at the center, or the void, okay, at the center. between the lower income group, middle income group, and the high income group N, which group will be most affected, okay, in this particular shift of energy? So when we are entering into period 9, okay, as we are about to enter, and once we enter, the energy will still goes on in accelerated speed. At least it will peak in somewhere 2026 and 2027 until it slows down again, okay? From there, slowly dwindling down until we are preparations or in preparations for period 1, which is 20 years later from now. So for those of you who are following, okay, can you just let me know now, okay, in terms of the society, which group of income these people will be affected most, okay? Are they the lower incomes? No, because the solid line is still there. It's not that highly affected. Where else, if you look at the middle income group, now these are the people, okay, that they will be highly affected by the shift of this energy. The high income group people is still solid, it's still yang, okay, it is still very firm there. Very good, Chumpon, thank you for that. The middle class people, Leah, thank you for that. Right, so the middle class people, okay, Katie Go, thank you for that. These are the people that will be highly affected most. Therefore, we need to educate, we have to bring the awareness, okay? Like, because this, based on the predictions, okay, eventually the world will go into a separations. You will see that, right? Somehow it's either the high income group or the low income group. Slowly, you will find that the middle income group itself, either you join the top line or you will be pushed down to the bottom line, all right? So therefore, this is something that we have to be aware of. Now, I know when I say this, it's like, oh my God, okay? It means that, is that going to happen to us? What's happened? Because you see, being fearful, being worried, all right, it's not going to solve any problems, okay? Because we have to know what's upcoming and we have to work towards that upcoming, right? Because no one can help us at the end of the day if we are not helping ourselves, right? We need to work towards that. Of course, one of the few things that I can share with you here, you know, period 9 fire is all about what? Breaking the boundary, right? Breaking the boundary means that, okay, if you still have the mentality or the belief that you have to stick to your job and your, in a way, job scope, okay, you are in a way going into like what we call to the end of your career. Let's put it that way, okay? Because people who can highly or really make it great in terms of their career growth now are the people who multitask. Like, they will stop thinking that, oh, I'm doing marketing, I study marketing, I'm only doing marketing. No, you do whatever that you can. Multitask, fire, no boundaries, all over the place. Wherever I can burn, I burn. Okay, there's no boundary to things. I say I can sell, I can in a way train, I can market, okay, and I make sure that I am the major revenue generator into the company. By doing that, you can ensure, okay, safely that you will never be out of your job. But the moment you still think that, okay, I'm just doing what I'm doing, okay, I'm a cashier, okay, I'm a waitress, I'm a Grab driver, and I'm safe here, I'm good here, I'm enjoying the money that I'm making, you have to think further away because upcoming you will see, like lately when I went to Aeon, okay, right, of course when you go overseas and all that in Australia and all that, okay, majority of the cashier machines are all what, in a way like self-check, okay, it means that you're self-paid, you just in a way have to manually do it yourself and you're done. But in Malaysia somehow we are slower, you know, we're slower in a way, all right? But even in Malaysia, you see, like recently I saw in Aeon, okay, they already have all these, in a way, self-pay counters available. So all they need now is just to train everyone else. Now, before this, people are not, in a way, trained by using Zoom or by using all these like Grab Food and all these things. I mean, nobody really Grab Food, even though it's Food Panda and Grab Food has been available for some time before the pandemic hits. But the world, the energy of the world will push people towards a direction to force you to use all these things. Nowadays, when you talk about social media, when you talk about even Grab and all these things, right? Even a grandma knows how to do it. I mean, I have grandmas at home, okay? They know how to handle it because they were forced to do it, right? They were forced to use WhatsApp, okay? Because they were confined at home and they cannot meet their children who are overseas, who are not next to them, okay? During the whole pandemic. So they were forced to. But of course, we do not want to live a life until we were forced out of the equation, right? We want to take pre-active actions, okay? We want to, in a way, okay, take actions in order to plan our future rather than wait for things to actually come and kick us off our game. So that's why you see even Aeon have these self-check counters, and eventually if you're a cashier, you think that, oh, you have rows and rows of cashier there in a way, right, somehow hired for your work. Imagine these people will be out of their job very, very soon. I mean, probably they'll retain one or two really good ones to manage, okay, all this auto pay machine, right? Probably just one or two to manage it. That's all you need. And the rest of the people, you'll be out of the game, all right? And even your driver and all that, because now there's no boundaries, okay? Everything is hollow heart. Hollow heart means what? You don't need human touch. Anything that do not needs human touch, those positions or those job scopes are out. Example, if you're just a waiter or a waitress who doesn't give that excellent extra fine dining service, all you do is just bring the food from the kitchen and put on the table. You don't even need to smile over it. And you think that you can keep your job for a long time? No, because you are functioning as what an AI or artificial intelligence or robot can function, because you don't need a heart to function your job scope. So all this will be out. So therefore, when we share about this, we just want to bring that awareness so that you know, okay, now that period 9 is coming up. So what are you expecting? So being fearful is definitely not going to solve any problem. You have to work towards it. How can you break through to actually bring more talent, skills, okay? How can you multitask? How can you burn like a fire, okay? How can you be really burn and shine like a fire, like multitask, and there's no boundary into the things that you can do? But if you find that you have limitations, I can't really talk very well, I cannot really influence very well, I don't really have a long-term visions. What I want to do is like 5 years down the road. What do you mean 5 years down the road? I just make sure that I get my paycheck at the end of this month is good enough for me. If that is the mentality, we are all in dipshit, all right? Because period 9 is not about that, all right? So that's why when we know about it, that's why we need to actually do something about it. And look at all these news articles. I mean, these are not new articles, okay? I've shared before. But you see, even up to now, there are some newer ones. You see, during the whole entire pandemic thing, just now we talk about period 9, the top tier remains solid, the lower tier remains solid. The middle tier is the one that is affected. Generally means what? The rich gets richer, the poor gets poorer. It's a world where the rich plays the game, all right? So in a way, it's like if we are actually, in a way, living in the world where when you have money, you can have almost everything. Like literally everything, huh? In the olden days, okay, you will say is that, oh, money is not everything. Yes, that's a saying of the old, you know? Because in the olden days, a lot of people, it's like dignity comes first, altruism comes first. Money can't buy everything. Look at the world. What has the world gone through? How many warriors we have left, okay? Of course, we do still have, okay? But how many real warriors we do have, okay? Right, nowadays you will see we are living in a world of corruptions, okay? We are living really in a world of more and more, it's like what, bribery, okay? And that's all period 9 because no boundary, okay? Right? When you have the money, things get done. I'm not saying that, yeah, money is everything and with money you will sure be very, very happy or whatever. I'm not saying that, but money is essential. That's why you see all this, okay? How wealth increase, how like new billionaires, okay, are in a way emerge, okay, during the whole pandemic thing, okay? Every moment you will see that, all right? There are all these new millionaires every 17 hours. Every moment you will see new millionaires, billionaires are created, all right? And then again, you will see that, okay, what happens to the middle income group of people, okay? So you see here, I think something's wrong with my slide. It's not really like pressing. Yeah. Now this one is just like one of the WhatsApp I get because I've shared about this, okay, years ago, ever since years ago. So this is one of the students, okay, I think a client of mine, okay, in a way that, yeah, she actually sent me the article, okay? I mean, in a way, I hardly have time to really read into news and all that, okay? So she just sent me this and said that you're right. What is it? It says it's like more than, okay, 500,000, okay, of households in Malaysia in the M40, means the middle class group, okay, now becomes the B40, means it becomes the lower income group. All right, and this is a reality. I mean, we have to wake up and smell the coffee because still a lot of people are not aware of this. Okay, look at now, these are news all over the world. It's not even in Malaysia only. Inflation, middle class Americans struggle to make ends meet. Okay, so you can Google and read about all these things. All right, so everything, okay, you see now, right? 2023 also in a way extensively, you will see that the economy, it will be in a way. It's wow, it's unpredictable, it is difficult. Inflation is definitely going to happen, all right? It's already happening like crazy. Recession is also in a way impacting. It's just that whether or not we want to wake up and pay attention to it and start planning to it and start in a way like doing something about it. All right, and then you can still also see here is like, yeah, from the middle income class, okay, and to the lower income class are the ones that feels, okay, the pinch, okay, of the market. I mean, those of you in Malaysia, apparently we are going to, in a way, introduce this something like the low value goods tax, right? Something equivalent to like Singapore GST or stuff like that. That's another 10%, you know. Anything below 500 ringgit apparently is going to start at April 1st. I'm not sure. You can check about that. But in a way, when I'm doing research and all these things, you will see that these are the news that come out, all right? So all these things adds up, okay? What is the price of your cost of living nowadays? Every day that you go to a supermarket, you go for grocery shopping and all that, right, okay? Like in the olden days, okay, like a 50 ringgit notes probably can get you a trolley of things. Seriously, okay? I remember probably just merely 20 years ago, when my kids are still young and all that, we're a baby, we buy snacks and everything, 50 ringgit notes, ringgit, I'm not even talking about dollars. Okay, 50 ringgit, you go to the supermarket, you are happily buying away. Honestly, nowadays, you go with 50 ringgit notes, nothing much left, you know. Probably a few things you can get, all right? The other day, I was just looking at, what was it? I think it's just, someone posted on my Facebook and I saw nasi bojari. I think the nasi bojari is like, you know, it's like a local rice with like fried chicken and some like curries and all that, something like nasi lemak, right? And they posted like the price is 37.50, if I'm not mistaken. It's almost 40 bucks, you know, for one plate of decent environment eating a decent plate of rice. Okay? So in the olden days, I mean, it's not the same anymore. So all these things, we have to pay attention to it. Everything, the price has really rise in a very, I would say, like serious manner. So if we don't pay attention to it, by the time it hits us, it will be too late. All right? So these are the things. Now, I always say one thing. The scariest movie of all, I mean, this is, yeah, for you all to just remember it. You know, all of you watched The Nun, right? Okay? By that director, who's the name again, The Nun?
It's not directed by James Wan, but it's
Produced, okay? All right, it's produced by James. Sorry, when it comes to all these movies, I have to ask Gong Yu, okay? You know, right, The Nun, it was such like a great phenomenon when it comes to like horror films and all that. But I always feel like the scariest movie is The Nun. When you have none in your pocket, that is the worst thing, all right? So the thing is now, okay, if you understand this, okay, you can take off the slides, all right? So understand this already, you have to start questioning yourself. Ask yourself, how is your relationship with money? Right? Can you sustain it? Can you attract money or not? All right? So if not, probably there's something that you need to look into it. And of course, those of you, okay, I have something to share here, but it's in Cantonese, okay? Those of you who attended my annual talk in Cantonese, right? I know there are quite a number of you who have signed up this Saturday. I have a wealth code series, okay? It's a workshop, okay? Approximately probably from 2 to 6, okay, in the afternoon, right? This workshop itself, now, if you understand Cantonese, join this workshop. Because this workshop, I know many of you here do not understand Cantonese. I have no time slot yet for the English ones, okay? I have done English ones last 2 years, okay? Right, because I have actually shared about this information before the intensity of all these recessions or inflations that comes in, all right? But this year, I wanted to share it in Cantonese because I do have a group of like Cantonese group, okay, who understand Cantonese, who have yet to attend this workshop. So if you understand Cantonese, all the slides will be in dual language, okay? You will have the slides all in English and also Chinese, all right? But the sharings, okay, will be in Cantonese itself, okay? So if you are interested, do join me this Saturday from 2 to 6. I know many of you have signed up, okay, good, right? The rest of you, if you find that you just want to understand more based on your own parts, what is your relationship with wealth, with money? How come you are in a way repelling it rather than attracting it? So from what angle in your parts, okay, tells you, okay, your weakness. What are the things you need to make that breakthrough? What are your potential in wealth, okay? What is your key into, in a way, creating more wealth? Yeah, you talk about multitask, no boundaries. Yes, I understand that, Jessie. But what are my skills, okay? What are the things that I need to focus on in order for me to make more money? Okay, like for me, okay, I need to focus on intuitions, instinct. I have to develop that. Networking, because I have a key element, okay, to tell me that networking and socializing skill is the key that attracts, okay, in terms of wealth for me. And of course, persistency. Persistency in a way is a sense of discipline. When I do something, I have to persistently do it, okay? Example, sharings, Facebook Live. I have to keep doing it, okay? So I know these keys. So I just focus on the few keys. It will get me to where I want to be. All right. So in case those of you, if you do understand Cantonese, this will be the workshop for you. I'm sorry, I don't have time for the English one yet. All right, because I've done it in the past, the English ones. Okay. This is equivalent to the English Wealth Code. So those of you who attended English and you understand Cantonese, you want to have a refresher course, you can also join. This is happening this Saturday on the 18th. It's 280 ringgit. All right, so you can join me, get your parter chart ready, okay, because we're going to learn to look into the parter chart to understand our personal relationship with wealth. What is the blockage? What have caused the blockage? How to actually, in a way, unblock it? Okay, what are the things we need to focus on in order for us to make more, in a way, attractions of that wealth? Okay, and what are the things we have to pay attention to? What is it within us that are repelling money away? That's repelling wealth. Now, some people are pushing money away. You see opportunities coming to you. You see that people give you the opportunities, but somehow you're subconsciously pushing it. So we want to learn from our chart itself how these subconscious elements based on our chart, what are the methods, okay, how to identify this subconscious repelling factor in our charts towards money or wealth, okay, and how to overcome it. So if you're interested, do join me on this particular session, okay. If not, if you have any questions, okay, do ask me here, right? Don't get me wrong, okay, this session, remember, if you really feel that, but Jessie, I mean, I couldn't join your class, okay, of course we have replay available, you don't understand Cantonese whatsoever, okay, right, just make sure there are few things you can do in order to prepare yourself. Firstly, you have to make sure that your mind cannot be your boundary. It means your mind cannot be a limitation to you, right? You have to think beyond, okay, what you're capable of. You have to stop thinking that, but I'm just a cashier, I'm just a driver, I'm just a waiter, okay, or I'm just a marketing person. I mean, this is what I sign up for. No, we are living in a world where it's going to a path that is no such thing as this is what I sign up for. There's no structure to things. Fire burns and it burns every direction. It burns everywhere, okay? So we have to prepare for that. So we have to start multitasking. So if you cannot even okay, can you influence people? Can you talk to people? Can you network with people, socializing skills and all that, okay? Do you have the disciplines of what it takes? These are the things that you can work on, okay? I mean, in a way, for whatsoever reason, if you can't join me in that class, all right? So at least work on this. Prepare yourself on this, okay? It will still help you to get yourself ready before the intensity of period 9 kicks in next year onwards. All right, so if you have any questions, you can ask me. All right, so any questions here, all of you? Right, somehow I see everyone is so quiet. I hope that I didn't bring you down to a depressive state, all right? Now, see, is that doves or what? You see, Nicole is so nice, you know, right? She actually put, she said that those of you, how many of you spotted those flock of birds, okay, that are flying behind, okay? I assume that are those dove or what, okay? She said that if you spot it, you're in good luck, okay? Because she will put a flock of birds, okay, to actually fly across. She said, never mind, people who actually sees that, right? They catch it, they observed it, they have good luck. I mean, that's how she actually, in a way, sends good luck to you, all right? Jessie, can we buy the English version you already did 2 years ago? Yeah, that's a good idea. I've never thought of that. You see, I never like to actually, in a way, sell replay version, right? But since I don't have the time, okay, probably I can actually talk to my team and we can consider, okay, selling the replay versions of the English one, okay? But those of you who understand Cantonese, remember, join this Saturday. A live session is always the best, okay? Because somehow you can actually ask questions during the class, all right? But for Marie, okay, I will really talk to my team about that. And we actually can consider, in a way, selling the replay versions, okay? So thank you for that suggestion. All right, is it true having career, is it true having career luck will not have gambling luck? Not necessarily true, okay? Because some people have both the direct wealth and also indirect wealth, all right? They have both, all right? So you can have a career luck at the same time gambling luck. Now, gambling luck here, okay, I want to rephrase myself. It doesn't really mean that go and gamble in the casino and gambling your 4 digits and other things. The gambling luck here can also mean business luck. Because business is a gamble, you know. There's a risk for you to take, all right? Because a higher risk in terms of business definitely compared to career, all right? Staying employed, right? Because staying employed, your company in a way filter up the risk for you. But if you want to start something on your own, there will definitely be a higher risk. And this is gambling your luck, okay? So when you talk about gambling luck or pin choy or indirect wealth luck, okay? So it actually consists of really like gambling, casino, 4D, okay? And all these things, all right? And also investment, the high risk investment, and also inclusive of business, okay, in a way, sort of like acumens or business sort of like opportunities as well. So when we talk about like a gambling luck, what I mean is that, okay, something that is not that stable has a higher risk into things, all right? So you can have both at the same time. It is not true that, okay, once you have a career luck, you do not have what we call a gambling luck. Okay, some charts have both of it. Okay, it just sees that which one during different cycle of luck pillar, which one takes preceding. That's why you see a lot of people before they start a career, they are highly reputable employees. Okay, they are very great employees. They work, they have like achievements, and eventually they actually switch, okay, into doing a business on their own and becomes an entrepreneur. Okay, because that is affected by our luck pillar as well. All right, and then yeah, thanks Nico for sending the flock of birds behind. All right, yeah, Katie go. Okay, thank you for that. Felicia, how can wood element earn more money? Diversify, Felicia. Okay, wood, especially jiak wood. Just imagine, because you see, parts it's not difficult. It's so easy. Just like look at all these trees now. This is yin wood, okay, right? Yin wood gets like you see the orchid here. You have white, you have purple. Yin wood gets together when they network. Okay, when you have when you look at flowers, all right. When you see a bouquet of roses, okay, when you see a few stalks or just a bunch of roses, yeah, it's nice, okay, you see 100 roses tied together, yeah, it's nice, but imagine 100 roses tied together with a lot of all these like other flowers, you know, they have like muntinseng and all that, I don't know what you call it. There are a lot of complementary flowers, leaves and all these things. When it's all tied together, it makes such a different impact, you know, okay, it means that all the yeet woods, when it's placed together, when you see you have a purple orchid, you have a white orchid, or you have a yellow orchid, when it's placed together, you harness that strength, that power. So that is wood. If you're a yeet wood, that is your power. Networking, socializing, how to actually, in a way, bring yourself and connect together with other species, other people with different strength in order to enhance, okay, the strength together. If you're jiak wood, imagine big tree. Okay, big tree is what? They need branches. Right, the bigger the tree, the more branches you have, the better it will be, right? Okay, you Google tree of life, okay? Right, tree of life is like filled with roots and filled with branches. Means they have multiple sources of resources and they also have multiple branches. It's like many, many hands, okay? Just imagine now the big tree is like Guan Yin or the Goddess of Mercy, 1,000 hands. When you have so many hands with so many talents, with so many skills, and you can multitask them at any time, that is the ultimate strength of wood element. Right, Felicia? So sometimes it's like, not sometimes, all the time I always say it's not difficult at all. It's very easy. So you just understand it, because a lot of time I find that students have difficulty in a way learning parts. Let's say for instance this weekend workshop, okay, in the wealth code. It's not about learning, because when you learn you have to memorize. It's not going to work. You understand how things work, okay? When you look at the elements, all right, you can understand how the things work, okay, and then you can maximize it and make it work to your highest potential. All right, firstly, understand it. Don't memorize, because there's only so much that you can memorize. Now, you guys are very clever. Okay, Sharon Chong starting to ask about fire. And then Chumpon starts to ask about metal. You're pakat one, right? Okay, all right. Now, see, to be fair, okay, if you want to know more about all these things, you need to come for a workshop, okay, right? Because all these are the key elements, okay? You need to understand. Someone is laughing there on the emoji, okay? But good try, Sharon. Right, Chumpon, I've actually, in a way, show you one of the way how to do it. I mean, I've shown one wood element. So the rest of the elements, even if you get it, you try to, in a way, interpret it on your own. If you're not, then you have to come to a workshop to understand, okay? Each of the 10 stems of the elements, like this Saturday wealth workshop, we will be going through what is your key mastery, okay, in terms of your wealth. What are the things you need to work on best, okay, in order for you to, in a way, attract more money, okay? So these are the workshops that will be for you. All right. right, so yeah, don't understand Chonpon, don't understand Cantonese. Yeah, okay, yep, I know, but I don't have the time to actually put on the English sessions yet. Probably, yeah, once I've discussed with my team and I decided that I feel the calling that I can sell the replay sessions of the previous wealth code, then I will then extend to all of you, then you can sign up and you can actually understand more about it. All right, so Alexis, yeah, you're coming this Saturday. Thank you. I'll see you this Saturday. All right, so yeah, if there's no more questions, okay, I would like to end this session. Thank you so much to all of you. If you have not helped me, okay, Party Masterclass is another option, Leanne. Yeah, thank you. But Masterclass is like suddenly you go into a very high level. Start with the small workshop first, okay, because Leanne has been following me, has been together with me for a very long time. When was the first time I met you, Leanne? Like in a way, classes or what? I think way back into Sifu Joey's time, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Because she has been with us for a very long time. Okay, so she's ready for all the high advanced level course. So for those of you who have just in a way interacted with me, start with the small workshop first. Understand the way that I teach, understand the way that I interpret things and see what is our connection first, okay? If you feel that, hey, okay, the way that she teach, okay, I can understand well, then only you can consider bringing it further. Take it one step at a time, no rush, all right? JY Party class, okay? I think that probably that's like the first class that I had or whatever, I've forgotten, okay? It was so long ago, I've forgotten which year was that. All right, so yeah, thank you so much to all of you. Okay, in case those of you who have just joined me, please do help me to share this session out so that it can reach out to more people. Okay, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Jessie. Thank you, Jessie. Oh my God. Thank you, Leanne. I'm so flattered. You know, every time Leanne is like, you know, she say all these things, I'm like, oh my God, okay. I like, it brushed my ego, like, okay, Leanne. Thanks so much, okay. I mean, I do enjoy, okay, sharing, and I really, really enjoy teaching, okay. So thanks to all of you, at least investing your 1 hour's time, okay, every week, okay, to tune in to my Facebook Live, okay, because this keeps me going. Because this tells me that someone out there are seeking for knowledge. Someone out there are teachable. So when you're teachable, I am more than glad to teach. All right. So yeah. Okay. Looking forward to see some of you this Saturday. And Marie, yeah, thank you so much for the idea. I will discuss with my team tomorrow and we'll get back to you. All right. Thank you, Melanie. All right. Thanks for tuning in and bye-bye. Good night. Remember to help me share this session out on your Facebook so it can reach out to more people. Bye. Good night.